Hello, it's me, and hopefully this is the last story you'll be hearing from me. I actually had plans with a friend so that she could tell a story, but the 5-degree weather made it hard to take the sweatpants off, so the sweatpants won. But anyway, I'm going to actually say the thank yous first because there are only two. We still don't really have access to the Smarty Pig funds yet until tomorrow. So our little pigometer over there is a little behind. That'll be updated tomorrow morning. We're really excited to see how high that goes. So thank you to E2, my loving husband, and also Andrea Porth, who included a nice little note that maybe I'll share with you if I remember. So anyway, I'm going to try to tell this story fast. It always goes way too long because there's a lot of funny little things about it, but I think it's probably only funny in my head. So it was 2005, and I remember that because 2005 was one of the hardest years of my life. I had lost Shelly. Like 4 months later, we lost another guy from our group. He had a brain tumor randomly. I had a weird cancer scare. It was just one of those years you want to skip. So I get all the way to December of that year. You know, it's finally almost over. And then this event occurs. So I was at the gym, like totally gross gym. Like I don't wear makeup. I don't like wear cute clothes. I look like a dude, like an ugly dude even, not even a pretty one. And I walk out of the gym and it's raining and gloomy and awful. And I'm just kind of in that like, oh, I just want to get home, like whatever. So I'm in my car, and in Chicago there are these weird turns where it's like you kind of have to go up and then turn diagonally back, and it's not easy to do. And it's already dark and rainy and whatever. So I finally get my time to turn, and it's pretty much everyone's worst nightmare. Right as I turn and hit the gas, there is a small blonde woman in my headlights, and she's suddenly on top of my car. So yes, I had hit her. And of course I'm freaking out, like right when it happens, I already want it to be a dream. I didn't even have time to realize. I was just like, can that just be a dream, please? And I realized it wasn't, when a man came up and started screaming at me and telling me I shouldn't be on the road and blah, 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 because, I mean, this girl was adorable and I looked like, you know, basically the scum of the earth. And I'm not saying that's totally the reason why. I have a feeling he was trying to play hero because she's adorable. But anyway, so she is actually fine, and I'm the one crying like crazy, and she's like, I really don't know what she was thinking actually, but she seemed okay. So she gets on the phone, and I hear her kind of answer some questions, and she probably answered them very differently than she would have if I wasn't standing right next to her. But then I just hear her say, yes, I got the food. And she walks away. And at the time, I didn't think anything of it. You know, I was just thinking about myself, obviously. And she comes back and she just says, thank you. And I kind of thought she was being bitchy. I'm like, really? You're going to be sarcastic right now? Like, no one's really in the mood for this. And I just looked at her. I don't even think I said anything. And she goes, no, I'm serious. I was on my way to a date, and I just told him I got hit by a car. And his first question was, did you pick up dinner? And so she said thank you, and we kind of laughed about it. And, you know, finally we had all calmed down. The dude left after calling the cops, of course. And her and I are like, you know what, let's just go. She's like, I'm fine. They don't have your license plate. Like, let's just go. The minute we decided to go, the cops pull up, of course. So we get in the back of the cop car. She's trying to take blame, which is ridiculous. You know, she's like, I was on my cell phone. I didn't even look. And in my defense, she's as tall as me. She's 5'2", and came out from behind an SUV. So really, I'll blame it on her too. But anyway, so she's like asking him, she's like, will she have to go to court? You know, I really don't. And he's like, yes, she has to go to court, like once it's called in, blah, blah, blah. So I don't think I said a word. I think I was just like crying, like blubbering, disgusting little puddle of shame in the back seat. And I'll never forget it. She looks at me and just mouths the words. She goes, I'm so sorry. And I can't get over that. I'm like, I just hit you with my car and you're sorry. Like, oh my God, like this girl was crazy nice. So anyway, that all ends. I'm freaking out for like the next month because I just have the court date, and in Chicago it's $50 to park in the wrong place, you know, $50. So to hit somebody, in my head, I had it calculated to like $20,000 to $30,000, and I was so in debt. I mean, this is one of my first years in Chicago. I had no money whatsoever. So, I mean, I don't think I slept. I don't think I ate. It was awful. So the court date finally comes. I just remember being so scared. And, then I learned that traffic court is like the worst place you can ever be. Like, I've never been anywhere worse. It's people who are driving without licenses. They drive without insurance. I mean, I don't mean to judge, but come on. So there's like case after case after case of this. And then they call out my name and they say hit pedestrian in roadway. And that got a lot of attention. It was like, ooh, this is exciting. And everyone looks at me and I had to, say guilty. And then they follow up with these questions that were, pretty silly, like, I don't know, just dumb, easy questions. And finally he looks at me and he says, do you have $30? And again, I'm like, what's with the sarcasm, people? Like, this is traffic court. And I said, yes, I have $30. And he's like, okay, here you go, take this out to the office, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like in disbelief. And I walk into the little office, I give him my little sheet of paper, and I walk out that day losing $30 out of my pocket, and that was it. So I'm already in shock. I mean, I called my friend Christine, who knew all the drama, and I was just like, you won't believe this. And then I looked down, to make matters even more crazy, I looked down at the little bill I got, $25 for court fees, and only 5 of those $30 was for hitting the girl. So what I learned from that is if you're ever bored or if someone's walking a little too slow, just go ahead and hit them. It's $5. You can hit a family of 4 for $20. And all will be good in the world. So that's my story, and it's crazy. And me and the girl actually stayed in touch for a little while. I sent her a Christmas card. We emailed, and it was great. But anyway, that's my story. So bye.